What's up, cloud gamers? So in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the Razer Edge. We're going to be taking a look at the design. We're going to look at the UI. We're going to look at how cloud gaming actually performs on this device. And at the end of this video, I'll give you guys my final verdict and let you guys know why I feel like this is probably the best Android phone, but not the best cloud gaming device. So let's get into this. All right, so to get started, let's talk about the design. And this is what I like to call a two-piece. It comes with two pieces. So it comes with the Razer Kishi Volume 2 and a tablet, if you want to call it that. But this is custom because it has some features that the normal Razer Kishi Volume 2 doesn't have, or V2, whatever you want to call it. So we'll take a look at that as well and just let you guys know what that looks like. But as you can see, just taking a look at the controller, this is the Razer Kishi. If you have one, it's probably going to look similar to this. You have your D-pad here. You have your analog apart from each other. You have the picture taken here. And this is quick access to the UI. This is your start button. This is your select button, if you want to call it that. You have your X, A, Y, B buttons here. And up here, you have your L1, R1, L2, R2, really tiny here. But these are custom buttons, M1, M2, that you can play around with. On the bottom, you have a USB-C here, and if you guys saw the unboxing, they don't give you a brick, it's just a cable. And the neat thing here is you have a headphone jack as well, so that's pretty neat. Let's take a look at the back here. This is something that extends, and as it extends, you do see the Razer logo back there. It gives you a pretty cool grip texture here for you to grip when you're holding it. So let's take a look at the tablet. As you can see here, it's pretty small. So let's compare it to the G Cloud here. You'll see how tiny this tablet really is. You have your front facing camera here. So with this device, you can actually record or go on YouTube Live and Facebook Live as well. So that comes in handy. Here you have your volume rocker, you have your power button, you have what I believe is the microphone here. At the bottom, you have your micro SD slot if you want to extend your micro SD. And if you get the Verizon one, you can put a SIM card here to use your 5G as well. Over here, you have space for the speakers, and I do have to say the speakers are incredible on this device. And then you have a USB for charging and for also docking the Razer Kishi Volume 2. All right, so let's connect it and show you guys what this looks like connected. So once you plug it in, it's able to detect it like you see right here. So something I don't like about this is this part right here. As you can see, when connected, this part moves. So it's not that stiff and firm. So it always feels like you have an attachment on here instead of it being a complete piece like the G Cloud is. So I don't like that to begin with. But yeah, just taking another look at this with it attached. But yeah, here it is. Here you go. So let's take a look at the bottom here. This is what the bottom looks like attached. This is what the back looks like attached. And this is what the top looks like attached. And this is what the front looks like attached. So that is the design of this device. All right, so let's take a look at the UI here. So the cool thing about this compared to the G Cloud, and again, I'll be doing a comparison video on these two soon. So if that's something you guys were interested in, make sure that you subscribe to this channel for that video. But taking a look at this, you treat it to Android UI to begin with, not like the G Cloud where you have to go through a lot of hooplas just to get to the Android UI here. This comes stacked with the Android UI. But the cool thing about this here is that it has its own launcher. So if you push this button here, this is what the launcher looks like. So we're gonna go all the way back. So to begin with, it has something called Manage Games, and shout outs to Razer because this comes pre-installed with GeForce Now, Xbox Cloud Gaming, Epic Games, which I find interesting. And then you have your recommended games. These are games that they are recommending for you. So again, these are Android games and also some cloud gaming services here. You have entertainment, which Steam Link. What I find interesting here is that they have different type of cloud gaming application, like GeForce Now is different from what you're seeing up here, right? So it's quite interesting that the logo is different. And check this out. You have one Game Pass here, you have another Xbox beta, and then you have another Game Pass beta. So it's pretty interesting that they are like putting everything together in entertainment. And then adventure, just scroll through, you're treated with a lot of Android games. This is why I said this might be the best device for Android and also probably emulation. But for cloud, I'll tell you why it's not. Stay tuned to this video. So action, you have this here, you have arcade here, just scrolling through it. But again, you treat it with a lot of Android games here, right? So racing, all these are Android games. They're not like highlighting cloud games. So yeah, just want to scroll through this, give you guys a better look at the UI with this device. So if you go to settings here with the UI, you can customize your streaming stuff. Again, you can stream YouTube or Facebook Live. You can remap your controllers here, which is pretty neat. It gives you an option to remap the top buttons, or it gives you an option here to remap your buttons if that's something you guys were interested in. And then haptic feedback. Now, this is something I'm really disappointed because I've been using this device with GeForce Now, Xbox Cloud Gaming, Shadow PC, and this feature does not work for any of the services. So it's kind of a bummer. Again, it works for some Android games, but when it comes to cloud gaming, it doesn't. And again, you have your firmware update here. So if you click this button here, you can Facebook Live or YouTube Live, and that is pretty much the UI. So this is pretty neat too, comes with this device, but it's like a rewards. It gives you an opportunity to just earn rewards, some Razer rewards. So if you, for instance, play to earn, you can come here, install this game, and earn some rewards, right? So click this button, it shows you the games that you have, and it shows you my games, and then you can come here and then you can do some of these tasks to earn more rewards. I don't know if that's something you guys were interested in doing the same, but if you come here, you can claim some of your rewards as well. But yeah, this is a good incentive to keep you hooked in using Razer and playing some games on this device for sure. All right, so let's talk about the specs. This is a 6.8-inch FHD plus 2400 by 1080p display, and this is a 144 Hz AMOLED display. This has the Snapdragon G3X Gen 1 chip. This has a 6GB LPDDR5 RAM. And again, if you have the Verizon one, you do get an 8GB RAM, so something to take into consideration. This has a 500 mAh battery. This has a 128GB storage capacity, but you can expand it with a micro SD card to 2TB. This has a 5 megapixel front facing camera, and it has Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.2. So again, just want to highlight some of the specs there. All right, so let's go into some gameplay and showcase how this device runs when it comes to cloud gaming. All right, so here we are, Fortnite GFN. As you can see up there, the FPS count is absolutely madness here. It's going to the high 165s here. But again, the advantage you'd have with using something like this compared to the G Cloud is the fact that this has a 144 Hz screen. So again, if you want to be competitive, this might be the device for you, especially for cloud gaming. Something that I do love about this device though is the speakers. As you can see, it is loud and clear cloud gaming with this device. But yeah, let's check out a little Fortnite and get into some action here. All right, so we just touched down, and again, it's doing a good job still maintaining that high 165 FPS here with Fortnite. All right, so I'm going to show you guys some of my gripe with this is the screen resolution. All right, so again, I have this at 1080p right now, but look how much bezel is taken. So the screen real estate is small enough as it is with the resolution that you get for this display, but then most cloud gaming service don't even utilize the whole screen. As you can see, you get these black boxes here. You have a bezel here because of the camera, and then you have this big old bezel here. So this screen is tiny, especially like when you compare it to something like the G Cloud, which has a bigger screen and takes advantage of the whole screen. So I don't like the resolution of this display, and it is a 1080p display. All right, here we go. Let's see this 125 FPS come into play here. There we go. A little advantage there with 120 FPS. Let's see if we can get lucky here again. There he goes. All right. There we go. All right, so next, let's open up Xbox Cloud Gaming and showcase some Forza Horizon 5 running on this device. But yeah, this is a fast car on a dirt road, so I'm sliding all over the place. I'm trying to just get to a real gravel road, so here we go. All right, let's give this a test and see. But yeah, this plays smooth. I mean, it's good enough to get a good gaming experience, that's for sure. But being competitive might be an issue. I would say if you want to be competitive, definitely have a huge advantage with that 120 hertz at GFN pushing that. But yeah, this is a good time though. You can play here and have a good experience, that's for sure. All right, so to make an argument for this device, I'm going to play an Android game just to showcase that off. And I feel like if you're using this device to play Android games, then this is the device for you to get and have, because I feel like when it comes to Android games, this does an incredible job running Android games. And also, if you want to use this for emulation, I would say this does a really great job as well. So if you're looking to play Android games, this might be the device for you. But there's some games like Genshin Impact and Call of Duty Mobile that doesn't support the controller, so that's a bummer. But take a look at Asphalt 9 here. So you see this game is gorgeous on this display, and again, it's taking advantage of the whole screen real estate. And I'm showcasing this because my final verdict is going to tie all this in. When it comes to Android gaming, this is the device that you want to get for sure, because it runs everything Android wise really well and takes advantage of the rumble, takes advantage of the screen and all that stuff. So again, just want to showcase an Android game running here. So you can see this looks impressive and runs really great on this device for sure. All right, so my final verdict, should you get this device? And I would say it depends on who you are and what type of game you're going to be playing. Now, like I stated, if you're getting this device to emulate and to play Android games, then yes, absolutely, this is probably the best Android handheld like they claim it is. But if you're looking to get this device for cloud gaming, I would say the G Cloud, honestly speaking, I'm going to be doing a comparison with that. I feel like is a better device for cloud gaming as a whole. And the reason I say this is because cloud gaming on this device doesn't take advantage of the features of this device. I would say the features that this has over its competitors is that with the Razer Kishi Volume 2, this has rumble support, but with cloud gaming, you don't get that. And then the other advantage is that this has 144 hertz screen. And with GFN, which is the only cloud game platform that you can actually use to take advantage of this, you can see in the Fortnite gameplay, like I was showing, the bezels are way too big and the screen is really small. And again, to begin with, the aspect ratio of this device is a little funky to begin with. But then when you're cloud gaming on this device, it does cut into that screen real estate as well. So you are playing a smaller screen compared to the G Cloud. Cloud gaming on there takes advantage of the whole real estate. The price point I feel like is pretty decent for what you get with this device. Again, if you want to use this for emulation or Android, $400 is not bad. So if you're using this device to Android game and if you're using this device to emulate, then yes, $400 is a really good price for all that you get. But if you're using this device to cloud game, I would say you can find the Galaxy Fold 2, which has 120 refresh rate. You can find that from $250 to $350. And then you can probably find a cheap Razer Kishi 2 without the custom rumble support, because again, it doesn't support cloud. And you can be below the price point of this or just even at the same price point of this. And the advantage of that is you are getting a bigger screen real estate. The Galaxy Fold 2 is a 7.6 inch screen. So if you want a cloud game, I would say it probably would be better to go a route of finding a cheap phone, finding a used Razer Kishi Volume 2 and attach both of those, and you'll get close to the same experience as you get right here. So that's my final verdict and my recommendation. Let me know what your thoughts in the comments below. Are you guys going to pick up this device for cloud gaming, or are you guys going to pick up this device for Android gaming? I'm curious to know. Let me know in the comments again below. Appreciate you guys. Catch you guys in the next one. Till next time. Peace out.